nagsalita na po mga kababayan, ito pong si Undersecretary or dating Undersecretary mga kababayan na si Yusek Bernardo, na kung saan meron po siya mga binabanggit dito. Ito, play po natin.
Was mentioned in the sworn statement of the Discayas. It was mentioned by Representative Toby Tiangco.
Ito po ay nangyayaring hearing ngayon. Itong binalik lang natin sa umpisa para maintindihan ng lahat.
And very lately, he was also mentioned by Engineer Alcantara. I intimated that desire in the last hearing, Mr. Chair. And also, I also asked whether Mr. Chavit Singson will be advised during this very hearing, Mr. Chair. I remember Vice Chair Erwin Tulfo confirmed us and said that he will advise you of this request, Mr. Chair. These are all requested. These are all captured in on page 207 of our transcript, Mr. Chair. So I wonder if the committee had made the invitations properly, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Hayaan nyo na si Marcoleta mga kababayan. Talagang kailangan niyang gawin yan. Magpa-epal.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, I wasn't informed, Your Honor. But next hearing, we will invite them, definitely.
Thank you.
Likewise, Mr. Chair. Sir.
Yes,
also,
Dr.
administrative, also if we can invite again Regional Director Panakan kasi medyo malaki po yung napunta sa Mindoro. If hindi pa siya sumaharap, Panay Bulacan po kasi, malaki-laki rin po yung nailagay doon. I think a total of 40 billion. And also, si Congressman Toby Tiangco, I think his revelations during the first hearing were very revealing. If he can be invited. Nahiya po siya pumunta. Sabi niya kasi he was not invited. Baka sabihin, epal siya. But I think he can help a lot.
Yes, we will also invite him or ilan ba, JB? Only one?
Ayan, si Toby Tiangco and Panakan and siguro yung mga taga Mindoro.
We'll invite them in the next
Thank you,
hearing.
Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Senator De La Rosa.
So, hindi pala ito ang last hearing natin. Meron pa tayong kasunod na hearing.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
And
So-
Mr. Chair, lastly, may I confirm if the chairman made an announcement that Mr. Saldico will not be invited?
Yes, as you know, you have been a congressman for many years. There's what we call interparliamentary courtesy. We do not invite or summon members of Congress in the same manner that they don't invite senators to their hearings.
Tama,
It is up to the
tama.
congressmen or senators concerned to appear before their inquiries in aid of legislation. That is a tradition.
Yes, Mr.
And
Chair.
that tradition is not accorded to individual members of Congress of either house. It is accorded to the institution.
Tama.
Yes,
Is that, yeah.
Kasi unang-una, nasa sa kanila naman kung a-attend sila o hindi, mga kababayan. So ngayon, kung gusto ni Congressman Saldico na patunayan na inosente siya, mga kababayan, malaya siyang pumunta dito po sa Senado para ibigay yung kanyang panig, mga kababayan. Dahil unang-una, si Saldico po kasi yung pinaka-tinatamaan, mga kababayan, sa issue pong ito. Dahil sa sobrang laki ng nakulimbat po niya di umano.
you will.
Yeah, but if he is expelled, then we'll invite him. He's no longer member of Congress.
Representative Chanco was not expelled, Mr. Chair, but
Yes, but he is
when he was
voluntarily
invited,
voluntarily appearing before the
Tama.
committee.
Oh.
yes, but there was an invitation.
No, we did not extend any invitation to
I was the one who invited him when I was the chairman.
You can speak for yourself.
Yes, that's why. He can be invited. There is no violation of interparliamentary.
Anyway, that's water under the bridge. He will appear, I think, anytime now because he was informed by Senator Ejercito. So can we just proceed? We have a long
Sinasabi ko
day.
po yung tungkol kay Mr. Saldico.
All
Kung
right.
sakaling
Go ahead.
halimbawa nandito siya, we can invite him.
Okay.
Thank you.
No issue there. Okay, so today we will hear the testimony of Mr. or former
Yan.
Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo. Kindly stand up so your oath will be administered by the Director General of the Bureau.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? Thank you. You may take your seat.
Yan na.
Thank you. Are you ready to make your statement?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
You may proceed.
Dear Senator Lacson and honorable members of the Blue Ribbon Committee, I am Roberto Bernardo, formerly an Undersecretary for Operations of the Department of Public Works and Highways, DPWH. I was summoned to appear today before the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee and required to testify in connection with its ongoing inquiry in aid of legislation into the reported anomalies in certain DPWH projects, flood control projects. Bago ko po ilahad ang aking nalalaman sa mga bagay na nais tumbukin ng kagalang-galang na Blue Ribbon Committee, ako po ay umaamin sa aking maling nagawa. Ako po ay hindi naging matatag at tapat sa pagpapatupad ng tungkulin na ipinagkatiwala sa akin ng ating pamahalaan at sambayanan. Taus-puso at puno ng pagsisisi na ako po ay humihingi ng kapatawaran sa Diyos, sa ating bansa at mga kababayan, gayon din sa aking pamilya, mga kaibigan at sa lahat ng aking binigo. Nakagawa po ako ng pagkakamali at pinahintulutan ko po ang aking sarili na maging kasangkapan sa pagpapatupad ng isang masamang gawain. Handa po akong gawin ang lahat ng nararapat upang maiwasto ang aking kamalian at maiwasan na ito'y mangyaring muli.
Yan na.
I wish to assure the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee of my full cooperation with the investigation. I am submitting an affidavit outlining my knowledge and of and involvement in certain events material to the subject of investigation. Moreover, I will disclose and expound on related incidents within my personal knowledge, mindful not only of the materiality of my testimony, but also of my rights, as well as fearful of what effects my disclosures will have on my family's safety and well-being. I have applied before the Department of Justice for coverage as a state witness under Republic Act number 6981, otherwise known as Witness Protection, Security and Benefit Act. I hope the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee will find merit in my application and favorably endorse the same to the DOJ. With the assurance of the Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee that my rights and benefits under RA 6981 shall be respected, I am prepared to submit the aforesaid affidavit to Honorable Blue Ribbon Committee and swear to and testify on the same, with the approval of the Honorable DOJ Secretary on the disclosure thereof for such purposes. The highly sensitive nature of the disclosures made in my affidavit cannot be stressed enough. These deal with involvement in irregularities of 4 senators and 1 congressman, 1 member of a constitutional commission, and 1 undersecretary, seriously undermining public trust in 2 out of 3 branches of our government. And
Kita nyo ha, 4 senators mga kababayan yung sinasabi dito at saka isang congressman.
Constitutional body, thereby posing a significant threat to our national security as it may lead to political instability, which may weaken the ability of the government to function effectively. 25 of September 2025, Makati City, Metro Manila. And this, Mr. Chair, signed na po ito.
Okay. May we hear from Secretary Remulla since he mentioned about his application for admission into the program?
Your Honor, we will have to evaluate his statements in relation to all the other testimonies that we have gathered in the DOJ and in the Blue Ribbon Committee.
The Senate President.
Mr. Chairman, we would like to listen to your sworn affidavit, if you have one, or an affidavit that you will swear to complete the disclosure that you're talking about. Otherwise, those are mere general statements. Please, thank you.
Yes, Mr. President, Mr. Chair, may I be allowed to read the...
Yes, you may proceed, Yusek Bernardo.
Sino kaya yung mga kasi ang nababanggit lang naman Joel Villanueva, Bong Revilla, Jinggoy Estrada. Meron pang isa mga kababayan eh. I think 6 na senator pa nga dapat yung sangkot dyan eh.
I, Roberto R. Bernardo, Filipino, of legal age, a resident of Malolos City, Bulacan, under oath, depose and state. In connection with the ongoing Senate Blue Ribbon Committee investigations, I intend to submit this affidavit which provides details of my knowledge about matters within my jurisdiction relating to flood control projects when I was still serving as Undersecretary for Operations of the Department of Public Works and Highways. This affidavit lays out details.
Sorry, excuse me. You have your counsel now with you?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
Mr.
on
Chair.
record. Okay.
This affidavit lays out details of the involvement of legislators as well as other government officials with the commitment on my part to expand these disclosures as my best recollection of facts and records may serve. Since number 3, since the received an invitation to appear in these proceedings, I began collating, vetting, and consolidating all written communications, documents, tables, and matrices and lists in my possession, the retrieval of which has been difficult since I retired from public service last August 2025. With the benefit of more time and greater freedom to access files, I am confident that I can provide even more material and relevant evidence that would clarify the issues once and for all. Number 4, more importantly, I am executing and submitting this affidavit with my full and absolute consent as an integral part of my application to be admitted under the Witness Protection Program through the favorable recommendations of the Honorable Chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, Senator Ping Lacson, and the Honorable Senate President, Tito Soto, under Section 4, as well as Section 10 of Republic Act Number 6981, otherwise known as Witness Protection, Security, and Benefit Act before the Department of Justice. I attest and confirm that the names, dates, and transactions mentioned hereunder are based on my direct personal knowledge and have ample documentary support where necessary or desirable if given full opportunity to retrieve the same.
Tandaan nyo ha, yung mga babanggitin niya dito, mga kababayan, mga transaction, date, at yung mga pangalan na babanggit po dito, may kasama daw pong ebidensya yan. May backup evidence, may support evidence. Anyway, tuloy pa natin.
Background facts. I earned my bachelor's degree in Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering in 1984. I'm a registered civil engineer by profession. In the year 1985, I began my 40-year stint in the DPWH as a laborer. I then climbed the ranks through the years as Associate Civil Engineer, Engineer 2, Engineer 3, and as Assistant District Engineer, Assistant Regional Director. I then became Assistant Regional Director, CESO 4, sometime in 2012, until my appointment as Assistant Secretary in 2016. I finally became Undersecretary more than a year later and remained such until my retirement on August 2025. I met former District Engineer Henry Alcantara during my assignment in the Laguna 2nd District Engineering Office.
Yan.
Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Bryce Hernandez, Engineer JP Mendoza, and Engineer Algie Jumasig all belong to the Bulacan 1st DEO. 2020-2040 scheme. Sometime after the State of the Nation address of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. in July 2025, and while I was already on sick leave, I heard from Secretary Bunoan for the first time that Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Hernandez, Engineer Mendoza, and Engineer Dumasig were engaged in contracting activities using the licenses of other contractors. Subsequently, Engineer Hernandez confirmed this arrangement through one of the legislative hearings and by other contractors whose license they used. According to Bryce Hernandez, their sharing is 20-20-20-40% from these activities. My understanding is that they had prepared and signed documents for purposes of collecting payments, which they then apportioned the profits amongst themselves. However, I must admit that I have no personal knowledge on the exact actions they took to accomplish this scheme, and I can only be asked general questions on the systems in place that would have allowed this modus operandi to happen. I categorically state that I have neither knowledge nor participation in these business activities, which were entirely done by Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Hernandez, Engineer Mendoza, and Engineer Dumasig on their own. Ghost projects. At about the same time, after the 2025 SONA, I also heard for the first time that aside from the 2020-2040 scheme, there were flood control projects, ghost projects, for which Engineer Alcantara, Engineer Hernandez, Engineer Mendoza, and Engineer Dumasig were also responsible. These were confirmed later by Secretary Bunaan during a separate legislative hearings. I called up Engineer Alcantara to ask him about these flood control ghost projects. He denied any participation. Subsequently, he likewise told me that he even convened the officers of Bulacan 1st DEO to confront them about these ghost projects, and that some officers, it was Engineer Hernandez, who was the primary person responsible for the same. In the exact words of Engineer Alcantara, si Bryce po yan. I categorically state that I have neither knowledge nor participation in these flood control ghost projects. Congressman Zaldico.
Yan na.
My personal knowledge regarding Congressman Zaldico are set out as follows. Congressman Zaldico one time called me to say that he met Engineer Alcantara and wanted to confirm, maayos bang kausap si Engineer Alcantara? To which I replied, maayos po. Engineer Alcantara then told me that Kong Zaldico was asking for a 25% commission, and out of that amount, 2% was to be shared equally between Engineer Alcantara and myself. In his exact words,
Grabe.
Boss, hati na tayo sa 2%. Furthermore, Engineer Alcantara would tell me every time that he made deliveries of cash to Congressman Zaldico in compliance with his commitment to Congressman Zaldico. In this affidavit, I shall mention my personal knowledge regarding Senator Chis Escudero as follows. Maynard Ngu and I are close friends, and we go years back. He is also a close friend and campaign contributor of Senator Chis Escudero. Maynard Ngu asked me to submit a list of projects. I personally submitted a list of projects to Maynard Ngu.
Wait lang, nabanggit yung pangalan ni Chis Escudero eh. Tuloy natin.
A close friend and campaign contributor of Senator Chis Escudero. Maynard Ngu asked me to submit a list of projects. I personally submitted a list of projects to Maynard Ngu, and some of the items therein pertaining to Valenzuela and Marinduque projects were subsequently included in the General Appropriations Act. A copy of the list of Valenzuela and Marinduque projects is here to attach to this affidavit as Annex A. When I gave him the list, and in relation to the commitment, I asked him, Boss, paano to? Maynard replied, bahala ka na. I asked, Boss, okay na ba ang 20%? Maynard said, okay. After inclusion of the projects in the GAA, I delivered 20% of approximately 800 million or about 160 million to Maynard Ngu, which was meant for Senator Escudero.
Nako!
Finally, I would like to add that deliveries of cash were personally made to me, by me, to Maynard Ngu at his office in Manila. I confirm that Commissioner Lipana requested that he be referred to officers of DPW's Bulacan 1st DEO. I referred him to Engineer Bryce Hernandez. I have no personal knowledge if they were able to secure a project in Bulacan 1st DEO. Furthermore, and subject to possible referral to an executive session upon the approval of the Honorable Chairman, I attest to the broader systemic issues in DPWs that are widespread. My statements hereunder are based on personal knowledge and direct interactions with the personalities involved with great risk to my safety and that of my family members. I confirm the following. Yusek Traigib Olaybar of DepEd. Yusek Traigib Olaybar used to work for Senator Ramon Bong Revilla and Senator Sani Angara before his appointment as Yusek for the Department of Education. Sometime 2010, I met for the first time Yusek Olaybar, who was then working in the office of Senator Bong Revilla. Later, I learned that he transferred to the office of Senator Edgardo Angara and then later to Senator Sani Angara. Sometime 2024, Yusek Olaybar personally called me for a meeting to discuss about unprogrammed appropriations, supposedly for the office of the Executive Secretary.
So, ibig sabihin mga kababayan, yung tinutukoy po dito ay yung isang tao na nagtrabaho sa opisina ni Senator Bong Revilla, in the same time napalipat sa opisina ni Senator Angara. Ni former Senator Angara. Anyway, tuloy pa natin.
At meeting, he requested me to submit a list of projects. After the meeting, I asked Bulacan 1st DEO to prepare a list of projects for funding. Thereafter, Engineer Alcantara submitted a list of projects worth 2.85 billion. Here to attach as Annex B is a list of those projects. Subsequently, I submitted this list to Yusek Olaybar. Yusek Olaybar told me that the commitment is 15%. In his words, Boss, 15 yan. Thereafter, the DPWs received a special allotment release order for 2.85 billion for the projects listed in Annex B. Engineer Alcantara, from time to time, would collect and deliver the agreed 15% commitment to me, which I delivered or caused to be delivered to Yusek Olaybar in Magallanes, Makati, and other places. Senator Ramon Bong Revilla. Sometime in the year 2024, Senator Revilla and I met where I gave him a list of projects given to me by Engineer Alcantara. Senator Revilla asked for a commitment, which I suggested. Then he approved at 25% of the total amount of. Then he approved at 25% of the total amount of the projects indicated in the list here to attach as Annex C. I relayed the 25% commitment to Engineer Alcantara and told him that Senator Revilla will appreciate additional contributions for his senatorial re-election bid. Engineer Alcantara collected the 25% commitment.
Ibig sabihin yung ginamit mga kababayan ni former Senator Bong Revilla na pera nung panahon ng eleksyon ng kampanya, nito lang midterm mga kababayan, galing po sa pera ng taong bayan. Galing sa flood control. Uti kayo.
Or about 125 million, which was turned over to me and then delivered to Senator Revilla in his house in Cavite.
Grabe, no?
Senator Nancy Binay.
Walang kadala-dala. Ito pa, mga kababayan. Ito pa. Pakinggan pa natin.
Sometime in the year 2024, Carlin Villa, a staff of trusted confidant of Senator Binay, called me and asked for a commitment which was set at 15% of the total amount of the projects indicated in the list here to attach as Annex D. I relate the 15% commitment to Engineer Alcantara. Engineer Alcantara collected 15% commitment, or about 37 million, which was turned over to me, and which I then delivered to Senator Binay at a house in Quezon City.
Nako! Oh, Nancy Binay, mga kababayan ha, Senator Nancy Binay. Mananagot kayo ngayon sa taong bayan. Putik kayo. Diba? Putik, mga kababayan. Putik talaga. Grabe ang ginawa nila sa taong bayan. Ayan o, yung mga hindi natin inaasahan. Yung mga hindi natin inaasahan na talagang gagawa ng hindi maganda mga kababayan, sila po yung mga napangalanan dito. Anin natin si former Senator Bong Revilla, talagang may mga issue na yan before. And then walang kadala-dala mga kababayan, hanggang ngayon nagkaroon pa rin ng issue at sangkot pa rin sa ganon. Diba? Ang isa pa dito na nabanggit, si Escudero. O baka sabihin ng iba, baka kasabot yan si Sani Angara. Hindi, maliwanag naman yung sinabi dito eh. Yung isa na tinutukoy dito ay yung naging tao ni Bong Revilla na ngayon daw ay napalipat sa opisina ni Senator Sani Angara. So ibig sabihin, yung tao lang na yon. So ngayon, ang pinakamasaklap kasi dito mga kababayan, nabanggit yung pangalan ni Chis Escudero. Nabanggit yung pangalan ni Senator Nancy Binay na humihingi ng 15% na koleksyon mga kababayan sa bawat proyekto. Ang isa pa dito, kung makikita ninyo, pinakamasakit nga dito, nung tumatakbo si former Senator Bong Revilla sa pagkasenador. Pero inyo, katikit pa ni Presidente yan. Yung pala ganun ang ginagawa, pasimpleng sinasaksak patalikod si Presidente. Diba? So ngayon ituloy pa natin.
Given the complexities of the transactions and personalities involved, I humbly reserve the right to submit a supplementary affidavit if warranted in the premises. I attest to the truth of the foregoing statements based on my personal knowledge and authentic records. In witness or hope, I will be affixing my signature this day of September 2025 here, Mr. Chair.
Kindly sign your affidavit in the presence of everybody.
Grabe, no? Nancy
Mr. Chair,
Binay,
I have
Chis
already
Escudero.
For the record, you signed the same affidavit that you read, no?
Yes po,
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Maraming salamat, Yusek. Secretary Remulla is recognized.
Your Honor, after hearing his affidavit and his willingness to disclose all other details about the transactions that happened under his watch, may I respectfully ask the committee to allow the DOJ to have an evaluation of Mr. Bernardo immediately. This matter has to be done because of the gravity of the situation and the fact that we may have to really work overtime on legal matters that are needed, or necessary legal matters, so that we can preserve the monies and other things that are involved in this discussion.
Thank you, Secretary Remulla. Will you be open to answer some questions addressed to the Secretary of Justice before you leave? Just like the last time? No, not to Yusek Bernardo, but to the Secretary for some clarificatory questions. I mean, to the Secretary of the OJ, not to the affiant. Because you have to bring him back after lunch, no? Not to you, but Secretary Remulla, will you be willing to, not Yusek Bernardo? I'm referring my question to Secretary Remulla. If you're willing to accommodate just a few questions from the members, if they're...
Yes, Your Honor. Of course,
Okay.
Your Honor.
So we'll start with whoever. Senator Erwin Tulfo is first on the list. Kindly limit your questions to, in the meantime, no, to Secretary Remulla. Mamaya na lang yung kay Undersecretary Bernardo. Meron. Anybody? You have some questions?
The same naman lang rin, Mr. Chair, na pag alis ni Secretary Remulla, alis din si Bernardo, baka pwedeng magtanong na kay Bernardo.
Hindi. Ang kasunduan natin, pagbalik na lang, kasi hahaba eh. And there's work to do. So we are accommodating them in the same manner that we accommodated Alcantara, Engineer Alcantara, to be brought immediately to the DOJ for evaluation, for some procedure. And after that, we can have all the time in the world. Maski hanggang madaling araw kung gusto mong tanongin si Yusek Bernardo.
O sir, pero
you can.
ito, for the benefit of general questions.
Hindi na,
sana
we're just
dahil-
postponing. We're not rejecting your request to propound questions.
Kasi sa akin kasi sir, pag sabi niya ngayon dito, diretso kagad file ng kaso sa DOJ without
Hindi,
us
no.
giving the benefit na makapagtanong man lang kung
Sige. Sen.
No, I think the thing is that the Department of Justice, as much as possible, would like to evaluate first. They will not file any cases against anyone.
but subsequently, filing of cases will follow. Kung sana naman bago siya makonsider doon, dito muna sa atin. Dahil sa atin niya nilahad yung statement niya, so hindi naman niya nilahad sa DOJ, sa atin muna. So sana makapagtanong tayo bago natin turn over sa DOJ for their consideration.
Mr. Chair, I think the point...
Hearing is suspended.
Grabe, no? Nasyak ba kayo doon, mga kababayan? Biruin nyo, ha? Kasi, di ba, may mga lumalabas nga na balita na nasa 6 na senator nga, yung possible na kasabwat, mga kababayan, dito po sa maanumalyang flood control na ito. At sinasabi pa nga na 2 daw po dito ay hindi na daw po incumbent na senator. So ngayon, kung makikita ninyo, binanggit si former Senator Bong Revilla, binanggit si former Senator Nancy Binay, mga kababayan, and the same time, nabanggit din dito si former Senate President, si Escudero. So ngayon, kung titingnan nyo, yung mga tao nga na hindi natin inaasahan na magiging kasangkot nitong maanumalyang flood control, maliwanag, mga kababayan, na na talagang nasasangkot po dito. Biruin nyo kay Nancy Binay yung hinihingi, 15% sa bawat proyekto. In the same time, yung kay Senator Bong Revilla naman, pandagdag na lamang o puhunan sa kanyang pagtakbo bilang senador uli nung midterm election nung Mayo. Mga kababayan, biruin nyo, pera pala ng taong bayan yung ginastos doon. Gaano katindi at gaano kasakit niyan para sa mamamayang Pilipino. Kaya nga dapat pag napatunayan na ito po talagang mga ito ay sangkot at nagkasala, dapat makulong po itong mga ito. Hindi po pwedeng hindi. Kasi ang taong bayan po ay nakatutok at talagang nagingit-ngit na sa galit, mga kababayan. Kaya dapat makulong itong mga ito kapag napatunayan na kung totoo man yung aligasyon po sa kanila. Ano po?